Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Build Some Ships. This is episode 8. This is going to be a pretty short episode because finished up the frigate, last frigate finally. After much deliberation and trial and error and almost losing the save completely, having to rebuild a couple of the things. I've decided that a drone production slash drop like mine layer frigate is just too far out of my skill level for right now. I'm sure it could be done with someone that maybe knows more programming and things like that. But I was able to figure out a basic drone, and basically it just turned into a seeking mine, so like a bomb almost. And I was able to build this. It only tracks up to 50 meters, so it can't exactly. It won't really be like a. I guess it'll be like a mine, but not really like as good as I wanted. I wanted to be able to drop these into an area and have them like be sort of camouflaged, and when a ship flies through, it'll latch on and like blow up. But that's just not going to happen. So what I've come up with here is a bomber frigate. It has a large opening here that I'll show you guys in a second, but basically there's 6 of those things in here. This would fly into an area above the fight and release its payload before then ramming itself into something as like a suicide mission type ship, because these bombs, like there's no way to refill them very easily. You'd have to build another ship to like load them into position after build. It'd just be excuse me, very complicated. It's not a renewable ship like the rest of these are, where they can be reloaded and armed and then sent back out again. So effective? No, not so much. Powerful if brought to bear and like actually goes off, but that's a very big if, as this thing is hard to use and requires a lot of finesse. And I'll show you why in a second, but basically I don't think I'm going to include it. I wanted to do it just to prove that I could do it, and I did. And I'm very proud of it, even if it doesn't work very well. But I wanted to at least, to finish it, because I said from the beginning I wanted a mine layer or something like that. So I think just these 3 ships are going to be the ones that will be included in the deathmatch map. So this one I'll probably leave out and just make 3 for the other side as well. So let me kind of show you how this works. Let me, I guess, I'll take a support frigate since it's easiest. Put this down here. Whoa, lag. Hopefully that'll be far enough away that these bombs won't go after my other ships. I'll save it real quick, but basically you're going to need an enemy ship. I'm going to test this out for you guys to show you how it works. So let me just select everything in here, turn it to an enemy vessel. come up here. I'll show you how this thing works. Alright, so lots of weird controls here because this ship doesn't actually... All it has is its defensive batteries for incoming missiles and stuff like that, so it's not really meant to take on capital ships in a direct approach. So what we're going to do here is we unlock the bomb bay, and then we open it, revealing our bombs inside. Now that looks really cool. The ship looks cool. That's never been the problem. It looks really neat. So then we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8 really quick in sequence. And then we're going to hit 5 again just to save power. But we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 5 again. And in a second here they'll kick on. And they should start going towards the vessel. We're looking good. You can hear them all activating. And yes. All of them except one seem to have found its target. Let me reverse these doors and stuff and lock them back up, and we'll go take a look at the damages. Looks like one of my other ships has decided to start shooting. And that is... yeah, wow. Another thing I wanted to point out after the fact, as a kind of surprise, I added shields. There's a shield mod to add shielding to ships. I added shielding to all the frigates and a little minor shielding to the smaller ships. But dang, even with the shielding, that's some powerful damage. Look at that. This thing is definitely crippled. Looks like the gunner survived. And technically, if the main cockpit was destroyed, he would be able to fly this thing, but it's not going to be super effective. I mean, still got some of the engines, but yeah. Like I was saying, it's an effective ship if it can be pulled off, which is why I'm probably not going to include this in the rest of the fleet here. But yeah, so, yeah, like I was saying. Anyway, so I'm going to start on capital ships next for the fleet here. Probably load up a new world just because this one's got it. You know, my computer's builds fine, but building when you have a lot of triangles like this one, this map is quickly becoming very ship heavy. And my rig isn't exactly made for this sort of thing, so I'm going to build the much larger capital ships in a different map, and I'll probably copy paste one of these in there just to for scale reasons. But yeah, so they all have shields, so all the frigates have them. They all have the same amount, and then the smaller ships have them except for the fighter. So the gunship, light corvette, and the heavy corvette have shielding. The gunship and the light corvette have the same amount of shielding. The heavy corvette have double that shielding, and then these will have lots more compared to those, compared to the small ships. So I think scale-wise that'll work out balancing fine. And yeah, I won't be including the bomb frigate in the final map. I will put it on the workshop so you guys can mess around with it. It would be fun to just have it. I don't know. It's a great idea, but Space Engineers I don't think really allows for it to be completely usable in like a deathmatch sort of situation, like a multiplayer situation. So for now, I'm just going to leave that out of the final map, and honestly, it'll help balance a little bit more because you won't have as many different types of ships to choose from, and to fly around and stuff. So yeah, so that's it for today. Next video will probably be up sometime this week, with the first capital ship, which is going to be a destroyer. And yeah, so have a good day. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Bye.